Hi guys, this is the reading for the week of December 8th to December 15th, 2012, and here we go. I had a very jam-packed week, so much so I feel like I'm barely keeping up. I did see Dr. Dorian Virtue's reading, and it said, hold on a second, I just noticed the volume went out. Sorry, I just noticed the volume wasn't out. It's the reading for the week of December 8th to December 15th, 2012. I had a very busy week, as I'm sure all of you have. I feel like we don't even have enough time, even though I keep praying for more time to do stuff. I did see Dr. Dorian Virtue's reading, and it said something about the blocks were lifting and the veils lifting, and I thought that that was very true. For the last 2 weeks, I have literally seen everyone's, and I mean everyone's, every client's either deceased loved one or whether it was relatives or even friends in the office. And that's really unusual because they usually come through when there's a specific issue being brought up where that person's being mentioned. And it was confirmation for me because I'd been told that that gift of mine was particularly growing, but at the same time, when this happened, I thought, okay, well, maybe this is kind of proof of that. So if you've been experiencing that yourself, that was just something for me to share with you. I would trust that if I were you. It just seems to be happening a lot. And it might be because of holiday time, I'm not sure. And then also just the ascension and the fact that this seems to be a very pivotal year for a lot of us. Due to constraints on that time, I'm using one deck, the jumping card method, which is where I just shuffle and then a card pops out. And the deck I used was Healing with the Fairies for manifestation and healing. In the beginning of the week, we got Feeling Safe with a woman looking off in the distance and wondering how her future is going to be. And then we got Moving Forward Fearlessly, which really does fit. There's a lot of us who need to feel safe because we're sort of challenging ourselves and going into new directions and new frontiers, possibly even leaving people behind to do what we need to do. And that's very scary. In either relationships, families, friends, there's all sorts of connections that you may be testing because you're just deciding to stand in your own power and do what you need to do. And then the other part is Moving Forward Fearlessly. There's a lot of us who are just doing what we need to do finally, and it feels good. There's a momentum, I feel like, with all of us. And we finally feel brave is really what else I'm picking up. There's a lot of us who have finally lost some of our fears because we've been working so hard to lose them. The middle of the week and the end of the week is an interesting message. It's trust your intuition, which is so pivotal considering this was a big message all year to trust the future, trust yourself, trust people, trust the way things were turning out. But I think this also has to do with the fact that I mentioned to you that you may all be seeing people that you are connected to, either for yourself or people that you're just dealing with. And they're saying trust it. And they're also saying that if something hasn't manifested, but you feel it's going to manifest, either with a person or a situation, whether it's relationship, health, a healing within a relationship, like within a family situation, whether it's a career move where you think there's about to be a certain promotion. To me, what they're showing with all of us is there's a group of us, we're poised, and they're showing us right before a staircase, and the staircase is glowing, it's lit up, and the way it looks like to me is like a success. It's about to happen, or it's happening for some of us. Some of you have been kind of closed-mouthed because it almost seems too good to be true, so you're not willing to rock the boat and say anything. But they're saying that trust that because it's a momentum that's now beginning and it's going to continue. The other thing, too, is if you have a feeling about somebody and it's not so positive, please trust it. You may not always get the support you need, is what I'm hearing, but that doesn't mean you need to question yourself. Because at this point, you should have learned that sometimes you're right, even when no one wants to believe you. The magic of nature, I feel like you know, it's a very busy time with people rushing off to the post office to give gifts and people rushing to do shopping and people trying to do last minute things and then also going to Christmas parties, Hanukkah parties, Kwanzaa parties, all sorts of parties and celebrations. There's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of sharing. It can be kind of draining, and I think that's why we got the Magic of Nature card. They're just reminding us that we need to take a little time to retreat, a little time to go outdoors, kind of recharge yourself, recharge your pets, spend some time being inside, maybe away from the television, the radio, and just get that inner reflection. And then afterwards, you're going to feel much more better. Interestingly enough, it's funny. They keep showing me, or telling you that there's a number of us who've even tried to decide to give up TV because we've had it with just cable providers and how much they're charging, and so a lot of us are deciding that maybe we can live without it and we'll find other ways of entertaining ourselves or amusing ourselves. That feels like another big decision that many of us may actually decide, and that decision may affect some of the companies to sort of stop their ludicrous demands for money and for charges that they're charging. And things may become a bit more reasonable for things that we used to enjoy. That's another message that I'm getting connected to this card. Okay, guys. That'll be mid-month though, and I know Hanukkah's somewhere. I think it's like the 8 days of Hanukkah have already started. So happy Hanukkah to those of you who celebrate that. And it's a very holy, special time, and I hope you guys are praying, meditating, and affirming everything you want and visualizing. I hope you're using your crystals and all the other tools that we've talked about. And I will see you next week. Let me just do a quick prayer, and then I will let you guys go. Dear God, angels, and our loved ones from the other side, thank you for loving and guiding us to this pivotal moment. Thank you for helping us manifest all of the joy and healing that's possible during this special time. Thank you for helping us enlarge our hearts and have the gratitude necessary to change the world and change ourselves to a point where we feel better in all ways at all times. Thank you and amen. Okay, guys, have a great week. I'm just exhausted.